Right, okay everybody, so you will have seen already, depending on how I've put all this together, but we attended the official wall openings of John Barnes' Paddy and Molly today, and it's the murals on the walls, which are absolutely fantastic. I'm with Mark at the moment, who is the owner of Murals.
That's right, yeah.
Owner of Murals. So Mark, what we're going to do, we're going to start here, so you might see the blue in the background and just see Molly's face. We're going to start here, we're going to have a little walk and just have a little talk about them. So Mark, if you could just tell me what made you start doing this sort of thing, and how long have you been doing it?
So street art in general, I was inspired by a street artist that came to my house and done my son's bedroom.
Okay.
Probably about 5-6 years ago now, and I just couldn't believe the speed and the talent that the artist Nasher at the time had, and I just thought there was an opportunity to do something a bit more, do it properly with the football clubs, do it under licence, and I thought it was a great idea. It just took me 3 years before I had the time to start making it happen. Had a couple of meetings with a couple of football clubs.
So that was five years ago or so, your son's bedroom. What did you have put in your son's bedroom?
We're West Ham fans, so I got him. What we actually had done was I made it look like the changing rooms at Upton Park before.
Nice.
And it was like a 3D opportunity where you come in and it looks like the walls actually got the bench on it and everything like that. And
did you know it was getting done, your son, like, or was it a surprise?
It was a surprise, and what I didn't do was I didn't paint the shirts on. We had all the bench with all the socks and the shorts. But I said, let's leave the shirts, and we just drilled holes in it with pegs, and we hung real shirts up. So all my collection over the years, we hung them up and everything. And then fast forward years later, we've just done the same thing for Stephen Gerrard's son's bedroom. So it's amazing. Yeah.
So it's not just like external walls, you do internal stuff as well then?
We do, but we did. But we hit COVID as soon as we launched it within 2 months, so we had to rethink our business model very quickly. We done the Hendo mural down by the stadium when they won the Premier League, when Liverpool won the Premier League.
I know.
Hendo came down, signed the wall. BBC then got in touch and said, do you want to do the Match of the Day, the introduction? And that was it, rest is history.
Really?
Yeah.
So, because that's what I was just thinking then. You've just said, like, it was 5 years ago, that it come to you to get your son's bedroom. So 5 years, like you said, COVID in between. And you said it took you 3 years to get it together.
So it's about 6 years ago we started, and there's actually the idea, but actually we started the business at the end of 2019, so it's just over 3 years ago.
So you're just over 3 years, and you're doing all these, you're not just in Liverpool, right? So you loads around Liverpool.
Yeah.
Where else?
So Liverpool's where we seem to be a lot. We're doing always great things, and the people are amazing, and obviously the football club. But we've done loads. We work with Brighton Hove Albion, we work with Watford, Crystal Palace, Tottenham, Manchester City. We've done some Everton ones, Duncan Ferguson one. And many others. Nottingham Forest, we're going to be doing some stuff with. We just love it. We love football.
Is the main clientele football?
I'd say it was, and it still is at the moment, but it's definitely changing because we do a lot of work with England Rugby as well. Done a lot of work in the kind of movie industry, so we've done stuff for Sony Pictures for Ghostbusters, the new movie.
Did you?
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons recently as well, and Transformers. Wow. We work with Hasbro. So, and then in the music world, we kind of crossover because we were doing lots of stuff for Watford Football Club. That got us in with Elton John, and then we've done a big thing for Elton John and his team over in Watford as well. So
how big's your team then? Because that's
we've worked with about 30 artists since we launched, really. But I'd say we've got a hardcore team of 10 that are on the go. I mean, this week we've got 4 murals on the go at the same time. One down in Epsom of Frankie Dettori, Paddy and Molly.
So again, there's horse racing as well.
So everyone, horse racing as well, cricket, all sports as well.
Fantastic. So have you done all the murals round Anfield?
No. We've done a lot. But there's lots of other great artists that have been doing some great pieces as well. So we're kind of, I'd say probably the majority of them because we've been doing so many in a short space of time. But no, it's a good collection of different talent.
Right, okay. What we'll do then, we'll go from the Paddy and Molly one, which you'll have seen pictures as well. We'll go from here. Take a little walk.
Good place to start is the last one we just done.
Yeah, good place to start. There you go. So we'll take a walk and have a look at some of the other work.
Cool, let's do it.
Let's go. Right, okay, so right in front of the Ian Callahan and Phil Male mural, which is again just another absolutely fantastic one, brand new. I'm with Mark, one of the artists, I believe. Mark,
yeah.
you did this one?
I did this one, yeah.
How long did this take you then?
Give or take about 16 hours, 17 hours, yeah.
16 hours?
Yeah, let's say 16, I don't like odd numbers, yeah.
Yeah, everybody else says days, 3 days, but when you put it into hours,
Yeah,
it's
when you put it
16
into hours, it's not a lot, yeah, because we kind of voted it between day and night, because obviously we like to use projectors to make sure everything's right and make sure everything's in place before we start painting.
Oh, okay.
So obviously you need the evening for that, because it doesn't really work in the daytime, so it's
Well,
between the two.
Stuff like that I wouldn't even, for me, completely trained art, I'm so far away from being art. For me, I just think, guys, it seems to me you just rock up with a tin of paint or spray paint and get going.
You can do it that way, but it takes a lot longer.
It takes long,
with
so
these
you
things,
do it right, and you plan it.
You want it to be as bang on and as quick as possible.
Of course, because if you put sprays, you're putting people's
that's right,
faces
you're
on
putting
them
them
all
out of there, the usual routines and stuff. So you want to be as least intrusive as you can possibly.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Yeah, because you might get a scene when we were down with Poddy and Mally.
Yeah.
Poddy and Mally, or Paddy and Molly. Down the road.
Good job you can edit these things.
I was when we were down the road with them. I did. Molly was like, she was really going, oh, you've given me this, you've done this, it looks great. But I suppose you could get it, if you do something wrong, I suppose you get the person saying, hang on a minute,
Exactly, yeah. So it is the finer details that people really look for as well.
But obviously, you can tell you're extremely talented and good at this. How long have you been doing it?
32 years now.
Really?
Years, yeah.
Always street art, or
more on the side of things that you shouldn't be getting into.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's on the graffiti side of things and the stuff you weren't supposed to be doing. But to be honest, we've got to make sure that stays real, because that's what started all this. None of this would happen.
Street art. That's
if it wasn't for the graffiti art. It's
So as we say street art now, we refer to this. But I suppose
that's
street art would used to be.
Your original street art is your graffiti and it's a completely different mentality, because it wasn't for anyone else. It was just for you, and it was more about being a pest and being a vandal than actually having people go, wow, I love that. So. But nowadays it's a completely different thing. 100%. It's and what's nice about it is because it's so recognised and so accepted now. It means you can have legal spots, well, not necessarily legal spots, they call them tolerated spots, so they're not backing it too much, but tolerated spots where you can take youngsters and actually teach them how to paint properly and how to really, get used to the cans without having to look over their shoulder or risk their life on a,
do you do that?
On a train line. We do a lot of that, we do a lot of that, with a company and
that's great.
As an individual and with MurWalls we do a lot of that, working with a lot of different types of youngsters. You've got some that they're just keen to learn, and you've got others that are kind of you help out because they're a bit lost and they need to find a direction, and they're the ones that are most you get the most reward out of because they literally throw themselves into it and they get so involved and you watch them change as an individual and it's such a rewarding thing to do, and we love to do those things.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, mate, keep doing that. Keep doing that and keep doing stuff like this. So have you got any plans to do any more around here?
I'm literally going straight to another job now. I've got a boxing gym in Borehamwood. Let's go and paint some boxing legends now. So
fantastic.
We'll see what that is.
Tell me who. Is that another 16-hour job, or
you don't know? I
suppose if they haven't told you.
They haven't yet. No, so I'm painting 6 or 7 different people.
Right.
So
okay.
Probably take a couple of days, actually.
Good luck with that. Right. Well, thanks very much.
Mate, great to meet you. No, thank you.
So here we go then, Mark. We've stopped now in front of the Barnes one, which we've seen this morning. John Barnes came in and signed it. Now, do you always get, the ones you do you always get the person whose portrait is, whose picture is, to come and sign, and aren't they always?
We always try, because for me, we love doing these tributes. They are for the fans, but they're also for them. There's no point doing it if they don't want it, really. So I always make sure that we're in contact with them or with their families if it's a player that's no longer around. But pretty much most of the times they're always down there and pose with it and have the.
What's the the response like and the emotion? Because I did hear one of the first things there. Stan Collymore was interviewing John Barnes, and the first thing he asked was, "What's he think?" And he said he was quite emotional to get that call. Are they generally, is that generally the feeling
I mean,
of them?
Without naming names, I've had a couple of big legends that have won major trophies, and said that actually, you know, to have your face plastered on the wall by a football club that you love so big, that's personal, that's for them and their families.
Yeah.
As opposed to like winning these great things are more for like, team efforts.
Yeah, because that's you know, like you say, like when they say for their families, well, that's going to be there for a lot longer than probably we will be. Do you know what I mean? So
I find that, you know, it's all about the legacy and the heritage living on. It's also educating the young ones as well.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
There's a lot of kids that probably don't know John Barnes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think FIFA's probably helping that because they're now playing with legends.
But
My son knows who Kenny Dalglish is because he scored a hat trick for me the other day.
But then you look at the one you've just done as well this week, which will be on this video, but of Ian Callahan and Phil Neal.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of the kids might not know John Barnes, but FIFA helps. FIFA definitely doesn't help with those guys. So
you're absolutely right.
This does, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I heard when I was here the other day, I think I heard one of the guys say to you there, Ian Callahan was quite emotional when he got that call to say that it was happening. So
Phil Neal especially.
Really
emotional and broke down. But just genuinely, just so appreciative of what we've done, and that's so overwhelming.
Of course it is. Like you say as well, with to be so close to the club, so you'll have seen in the drone footage that when I take a picture of John Barnes, Phil Neal, Anfield is literally, you know, you turn this corner and Anfield's right there, and it's, Barnes even mentioned that himself. He said to have it, he said you can even see the stadium from here, so it's fantastic. So should we take a walk up to Jurgen Klopp? It's not far, is it? Let's go up to Jurgen Klopp. Right, okay, so as you can see right behind us there, we've come up to Jurgen Klopp. So when did you do this one, Mark, and what made you do this one? How does it work? Do you get requests, or do you go on? How does it work?
But don't ask me about timelines because I can't remember.
Okay, forget the timelines. But you had to redo it, though,
it's not long. Yeah, we had to redo this. Unfortunately, it did get vandalised. Quite heavily, all around the face. Which was a big challenge, so we pretty much had to redo the whole face. But no, this was a big piece. Obviously, full colour. You know, these ones take a lot longer. This was a good full.
I was just about to say this.
6 days, I think, in total.
A lot more colourful. This,
Yeah, full colour. I mean, I like the black and white. I really do. I think they punch out. But full colour ones are really good as well. But they do take a lot more time, a lot more expensive, a lot more paint and stuff like that. But we done this one together with Boss Knights. And, there's a brilliant one of Jurgen down in the town centre, but if you've got all these murals going up, Jurgen's earned his stripes to get one here.
He has. So as I said then, how does it work with regards to you doing the actual person? Is it a request from certain people, or do you put the request in and say, we think Jurgen should get one, or?
So everyone's different as to why and how we do it. How this one come about, I'll be honest with you, I can't actually remember how it came about to do Jurgen. But obviously when the name Jurgen come up, it's like a no-brainer. Yeah, we're going to do it. And done it together with Boss Knights, and we thought it was a brilliant thing to do. I think it's a great character. It's a great character for football in general. Obviously for Liverpool, but not just a football club, for the whole city. It is an
I agree.
absolute. He's got an infectious smile that we all love. So to paint that was a great thing to do.
Yeah. I'm a Blue, everybody knows that from my channel, but I think he's great. I totally agree with you about his character and that as well, and earning his stripes to be on the wall.
That's a lot of good stuff for the community. Stuff. So that's another reason to have him up here for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Okay, we'll move on. Who's our next one?
I think that we'll probably go next to Jordan Henderson.
Let's get round there. Right, so here we are. You won't be able to see, and there's cars there, so it's hard to get a full picture, but I'll just pan it up. So we're right in front of Jordan Henderson, but right behind the camera you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jan Molby, and Ian St John, a couple others there. So I'm with Dan, another one of the artists. So Dan, you've helped on the 3 new ones, which will be Paddy and Molly, Phil Neal, Callahan, and John Barnes. You've helped on them. That's from it, but you do a lot with this one, Henderson?
Yeah, this was me and Mr. Mino that did this one. It was the first one that MurWalls did around here, so it was important to get it right.
Okay.
One of the things that we wanted to do with it was a lot of you see stationary images on a lot of the murals, because this was almost trying to capture a moment in time.
Yeah.
We wanted to have the vibrancy and the movement and the energy that was in the picture, so that's why we've come off with a lot of the swats that are intentional.
Oh, all right, okay.
With the boxes, and we tried to generate quite a lot of movement within the photograph.
Right, okay.
As I said, the picture is Jordan Henderson lifting the cup after the long wait, like.
Yeah.
So we thought it was important to capture that in
the
time, moment and the energy that went into that.
You have certainly captured it. It's again, I've said this to pretty much all the pictures I will do, and I'm not just saying it. It's a stunning piece of art. It really is. How long have you been doing it?
I've been painting myself for about 15 years now.
15 years.
I've literally started writing snot, my graffiti name on walls in different colours. I know some of the MurWalls guys, and then when they were working kind of local to where I live, they asked me to come down and get involved, and it's just a genuine honour to be part of what is essentially the club's history. Even if it's a tiny part. It is. If it's a tiny part of the club's history, it's a genuine privilege.
But look, I think the club do think, a lot of them now, the fact that they asked you guys to do the wall behind the new Anfield Road stand development, and that was there. The fact that they asked you to do that, and they've got plans for that wall as well. It shows that it's, you say a tiny part, but it definitely means something to them. Yeah. It means a lot to the people around here.
Oh yeah,
I think it means a hell of a lot.
The guys that own the house, they couldn't be more grateful for it. And everyone comes out, everyone's offering you brews, ice creams, biscuits.
Great, isn't it?
You definitely don't go thirsty or hungry when you're working around.
I bet you don't. I bet you don't. That's definitely a Liverpool thing as well. But the fact that you're doing something good for them as well just says it all. So have you got any plans, anything that you've got coming up? Have you got any projects coming up or anything,
I'm an electrical engineer by trade.
Oh, you really?
Yeah, so I work at a chemical factory over.
So you just have to get a few days off.
So yeah, book holidays to come work with these guys. I say it's a hobby for me, but yeah, it's a privilege as much as it's a hobby as well. Like.
Fantastic, mate. Okay, well Dan, keep doing what you're doing, because honestly
much.
It's absolutely amazing work, mate. We will move on. Okay, right behind us, Ian Rush, another one. I'm done by MurWalls. Is it MurWalls or MurWalls?
So for me, it's MurWalls. It's a play on the word mural.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Everyone calls it MurWalls.
Yeah.
I don't care, as long as people see our work.
As long as people say it. As long as people say it. Right, okay, so in front of Ian Rush by MurWalls or MurWalls, whatever you like. You told me before this why I wanted to stop here. Who was it gave you the idea for this? Who told you to do this one?
This one was actually a conversation between myself and Ian's management team. Right,
okay. It wasn't this one. Do you know what? I slipped my mind. It was John Barnes, because it was Stephen Gerrard. John Barnes. So yeah, that's my bad. But anyway, so you say it's management team then. So that's another thing I wanted to touch on. When you say it was a conversation between them and you, did they make contact with you, or again, can you recall, or did you make contact with them?
I got contacted.
You got contacted
to see what we're doing, and said this would be a really good thing to pay tribute to Ian. And again, it's really weird that Ian Rush hasn't been painted as a tribute legend.
There's so many.
But at the end of the day, Ian Rush is the greatest goal scorer this club's ever seen, and will be. And I can't see it being broken.
No.
So he has to go up, and we had to make sure that it had to be a prime location. I don't think there's a mural in a better location.
There's not a better location than this one.
We've got the players going straight in for the tunnel, so it's actually going to inspire the players coming in, and hopefully intimidates a little bit the opposition coming in. We're talking to Nottingham Forest at the moment about doing something similar with Stuart Pearce.
Yeah, okay.
It's a similar thing. It's to intimidate a little bit the opposition, and also to encourage the home team.
Have you got a wall in mind at Forest? I know we digress a bit, but have you got a wall in mind there?
At the actual club itself.
At the actual club, yeah. Cause it's in a bit of funny place to do.
It's a weird stage, yeah. Right on the river as well.
Yeah, so you couldn't do anything around that side really. It's all have to be.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like this. You go down a small road and you're there, right there. But
it's a lovely little location.
But like you say though, it's like where the location of this one, you can't. I don't think you can beat it.
No.
So I don't think, no matter who comes in the future or whatever, you're still not gonna beat this location. Right outside, if I turn you around, Anfield is a stone's throw, easily a stone's throw.
It's a great view as well on the top of them stairs.
Yeah.
Looking over it, we've done some great interviews. Sky Sports interviewed Ian when he comes to reveal it on the top there. So yeah, it's a great. On the
top there, just having a look at it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So when he come to view it as well, he signed it. Were you here for that and everything?
Yeah, we was here for the reveal. His partner Carol was here as well, and it was just brilliant. It was a real family experience. His nephew as well, who's a player for the youth team as well, or the reserves, was here, and John Aldridge came down as well to join in. But they were brilliant. They absolutely loved it, and we were really proud that we got this one up here.
Yeah,
As I said, got him to sign the wall and took loads of poses and loads of interviews for the cameras.
Looks fun. That's actually one of my favourites.
It's one of my favourites. I mean, I say that about all of them, but I think the piercing eyes. When I first got that image, and I was told that's an image we'd like to see, I just knew how it was going to come out. Yeah. It's come out just as I planned. So
that's your vision. That's the way it works. Murals. Then you'll get like the design together, and like you say, you'll see it, and you can see it in your end. Like this is how it needs to look.
We were kind of contemplating just using that image, the black and white image of him. It was just so powerful.
Yeah.
But I just felt that it needed a little bit of context, and him running away with his arms in the air, celebrating an iconic goal against Everton. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool to have.
Yeah, enough of that. All right, that's enough of that. Yeah. But it looks. You said before as well, you like the black and white, and you've got it both on this, haven't you? Yeah. The black and white and the colour. It's a fantastic one. Fantastic one. We'll move on to where we going, Gerrard? Ray Clemence and Gerrard round there as well. We'll move on. Right outside the next one, which is Ray Clemence, the bottom of Wilver Road. We might have to be a little quicker here because we run the risk of getting run over. You've just said you had to get traffic management for this one.
We did, yeah. As you can see, the cars come flying around here, and buses as well. It's a bus route, so we had to have roads slightly blocked off and cones and
all sorts,
all signage and everything. Yeah, stop us getting killed.
Madness. So, you said about the timeline. You're terrible with it. But how long ago was this one? This one's been here for a while, hasn't it?
This one was done about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember this very, very well. A good friend of mine is very close with Ray's youngest daughter, lives out in Florida.
Okay.
Got introduced, and we had a conversation, and I was aware that her dad was poorly, and we just thought it would be a really good opportunity to do something for him, to know that his legacy is going to be remembered here.
Fantastic.
So we acted on it really quickly, got it up very quickly. It was touch and go whether it was going to be done before Ray sadly passed away, but we got it done just in time.
So we did see it, yeah.
He was unfortunately too unwell to come down, but his family were here and done the reveal and everything like that. Yeah. And we had some legends as well, so we had David Fairclough, Alan Kennedy, and David Johnson, who sadly is no longer with us as well. Yeah. They actually all helped paint the black paint on at the beginning as well.
Did they? Yeah. Wow, amazing. Yeah. So it was a real get together and get it done.
Everyone was here for Ray. Everyone was here together for them.
So this one was definitely one where you then reached out, did you? It was yourself that done the reaching out to say.
It was a friend of mine that introduced me to Ray's daughter, and if I'll be honest with you, the conversation at the beginning was we were doing something with Jimmy Greaves over at Tottenham, and the conversation was going that I was going to speak to Ray and get some quotes about Jimmy Greaves, and the conversation changed very quickly, and I don't know if there was a misunderstanding, but eventually they thought that we said we'd do a mural. As soon as that conversation came up, I thought, let me do my homework. I asked a few good friends that are big Liverpool fans, Ray Clemence, what does it mean to you? Because to me, I knew him as a great England coach, and I knew that he played for Tottenham, which I don't want to talk about. And everyone said to me straight away, greatest goalkeeper we ever had by far. And at that point, I didn't need any convincing. It had to go up, and we made it happen really quickly.
It's again another great one. Who done this one then? Who was the main artist on this one?
The main artist on this was Liam Benoni, yeah.
Okay. Is he still doing stuff with you?
Yeah, he's been working on the John Barnes.
Has he? Yeah.
He was second on that, so yeah.
Right, okay. Fantastic.
He's
okay.
a Brazilian living in Liverpool, so he's Scousilian.
All right, Scousilian.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. That's a new one, isn't it? Okay, where are we going next?
Next we're going to go down to Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard. Let's move on. Right, okay, let me switch around here. So we are outside the Steven Gerrard mural. Again, another one done by yourselves. Mark, you did say to me just as we approached it that you've got a good story about this one.
Yeah, so this was one of the houses where the resident actually kept asking me on a regular basis if we can paint her wall. Didn't matter what it was going to be, it had to be St. Liverpool. And just asked me constantly, probably for over a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
I just had to wait for the right time, and when I got the opportunity to do one of Steven Gerrard, I kind of played around with the design, and I was getting frustrated because I couldn't get it big enough because there was a window and it was just kind of blocking.
I've seen the window. There's a couple of windows, isn't there?
Well,
yeah.
There's another window that's not there anymore. So if you look just above it,
I can see it. Yeah.
That was a window.
Yeah.
And it was just frustrating me so much. Told the lady, and then she went, "Just block it in there." So we went, all right, and we actually had it blocked in.
She said that?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If you're going to get a picture up, just block me, yeah.
Block it in, so actually now inside that bedroom there's no window, there's no ventilation, but she's got the wall that she wants.
Well, she's got the wall.
And listen, Steven Gerrard's very grateful. I believe
Superb.
he sent us some flowers recently as well to thank her for the wall. So,
Really?
Yeah.
When did you do this one then? Because is this new?
No, this has been up for over a year. Yeah,
so this
maybe
one,
a year and a half.
I said to you, didn't I, when we were approaching it, I haven't seen this one before because I hadn't walked this far down. I'd gone, when I've done my tour previously, I'd gone to the Clemence one and walked up from there.
A lot of it's over that side as well.
Yeah.
On the other side.
So I'd missed
road,
this one. It's superb. It's really good. So, and she likes it, does she? She was
over the moon. She's actually over the moon. Yeah, just delighted to have it. And while we was working on this one, we was working on one. I'll take you up the road to Alan Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got a few in this little area as well. We've got one over the Ark Hotel down the road. But yeah, working on both of these at the same time was a challenge.
Oh, were you? Oh, right. Yeah, doing it. Yeah, okay. And you just said the guy opposite is a blue, is he? So.
Yeah, I believe so. He's giving us dirty looks the whole time while we was doing it. But, he hasn't egged it.
So no, he's doing well. He's doing well. Good for him.
But if you're blue, it's probably not nice to to look out your window too. But
not the nicest. But there could be worse things, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Right, who are we going to then? You said
go to Alan Kennedy.
Alan Kennedy. We'll go and have a look at him. Let's go. It's okay. Last one we're going to come to, because you will have seen on the video. You'll see them all because I'll get to them all with my drone and show you where they all are. But this one, Alan Kennedy, side of the wall, side of a lodge.
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
Contacted by the owner of the property. It's a B&B.
Yeah.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
And said, look, I've got a wall. I'd like you guys to do something on it. We kind of asked what they would want. I said, look, we're very open. Named a few legends. And at the time, because we'd just done the Ray Clemence one, and Alan Kennedy was there, Alan's name came up because we knew that we could get him involved, and he said 100% Alan Kennedy's got to be on there, and we made it happen. And Alan loved it, and we've stayed in touch and become quite good friends since.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
He was even down today, wasn't he, for the John Barnes
one?
Callahan. So
John Barnes was giving him a bit of stick, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah. Yeah, he was shouting to everybody, check his drink, it'll have some gin in that. That's a really good one, isn't it? That's one of my favourites, to be honest.
Love it. Another full colour piece, so it took a long time, 5 days.
Yeah.
But as I said, we were working on Steven Gerrard down the road at the same time.
So Alan Kennedy was more than happy to come in.
Yeah, and listen, Alan Kennedy I believe is the only player, not left back, he's the only player to score the winning goal in 2 European Cups finals, Champions finals. Yeah, both penalties. Obviously, 1980 was the last one, which Ray Clemence played in as well. When they played in Paris. So, and I just love that image. The image with the reflection.
The Champions League trophy.
Really, really cool.
Yeah. Great one. Right, we are going to finish our tour here, right side Alan Kennedy. So I'll get some of the lads in that have come around with us. There was a few others, but they filtered off one by one. Other things to do. So have a quick one, Mark. Out of them all, what's your favourite? I know what you're going to say. I think I do anyway, because you've told me. But to be honest, Mark said when we got to everyone, this is my favourite. So go on the spot. Which one?
On the spot, Ray Clemence. Ray Clemence. Not just because of the art, but just the meaning behind it and the timing that we done it and the emotions that were behind it, and we know what he said and what he felt about it. So I'd say that's the one.
Bit personal, more personal.
But they've all got their own story. And I love them all.
Of course they have. Baby Rems.
Oh, that would be Steven Gerrard one.
Steven Gerrard one we've just been to, yeah. Were you here watching that one?
I was here for all of them when you done it.
He's watching all of them.
Yeah.
I was here for all of them.
You've been here for all of them, and that one's your favourite.
Gerrard's favourite. When Mark told me about when Gerrard getting put up there, I was just made up.
Yeah.
So after you have a big red, and obviously Gerrard, I've brought up with.
Of course, watching him, yeah. Hero.
Yeah, he's best hero.
Fantastic. So we've got a Clemence, we've got a Gerrard. Dan?
Ian Rush for me.
Ian Rush?
Yeah, I like the Ian Rush one.
Yeah.
I think it's just a fantastic, striking image, piercing eyes. They look at you, looking over the stadium. I think it's just a good culmination, whatever the word is.
Culmination. We got you, mate.
I love that. A good culmination of placement, cracking picture to do, and the black and white portrait.
Yeah, I love that. It's
I agree,
great portrait. It's Mark's favourite, that one as well. It's Mark's favourite. Do you want mine?
Go on.
Paddy and Molly.
Hey.
100% Paddy and Molly's my favourite. I think it's a great shot. I love the position of Paddy and Molly. It's like central to both stadiums. In fact, when I got the drone up, I managed to get.
I didn't really appreciate it until we were doing it. I didn't really appreciate it, and you got all the cars coming past, hooting and honking. Yeah, it's a great location.
Great one, isn't it? Yeah. Right, guys, what a great tour that's been, having a walk around, and all you guys will have seen lots more because I got to them all and shared as much as I can. So thanks very much. Any plans to be back up in Liverpool soon, doing more?
I've got a feeling we might be back here in a couple of weeks.
I've got a feeling you might be. Somebody was asking for one up there, I think, was he?
Yeah, but it's something not to do with the video.
Okay, he didn't ask anything.
I think he's an Everton fan, so let's stay away.
All right, yeah, we'll go back round the other way. Right, thanks guys, thanks very much.
Cheers.